Hi Aries, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. Aries, this is a reading for the week of the 13th of November. And if you're returning, thank you, welcome back. I hope you've been well. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. I hope you enjoy the reading. And if you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you, because it does make a difference. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. All right, so let's get on, Aries. To start with, we're going to look at what's been going on for you. What's the energy you've been in? Then we'll look at the week of the 13th of November. All right, so for Aries, what's been going on? What's been happening for Aries? Ooh, here you are. Queen of Wands, Three of Wands. Business, work, things you're passionate about. But it does have a feeling about being something to do with business or work. And you're in a good place, according to this. Queen of Wands could be you, Aries, because the wands represent the fire signs in the tarot. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And the Queen of Wands as an energy is very strong, very confident in themselves, listens to their intuition, backs themselves, knows they're good at what they do, forward thinking, passionate, enthusiastic. And there's a sense here of you've got yourself ready and organised and you're looking for your next opportunity. Three of Wands, this character's got their back turned to us and they're looking out to the future. They're looking out over this golden sea and they're looking to see when their ship's coming. They're ready, they're packed, they're dressed, they're organised. They're like, right, I'm ready to move on here. Ready for the next opportunity to roll on in, Aries. It's what I can see in those cards. All right, so let's have a look at the week of the 13th of November and we'll see what the cards are showing for you. For Aries, Nine of Pentacles. Oh, the Sun. Oh my gosh, Aries, look at you. Okay, rightio. What else have we got? Nine of Swords, but it came out very deliberately in reverse, so I'll read it that way. Two of Cups and Judgment. Wow, these are some big cards, Aries, and underneath is the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands sometimes can talk about shifting house, changing address, but it's all about that passion and enthusiasm of moving forward, like, let's go, let's go. When someone's going to pick you up and they arrive at your house and they pull up and toot the horn, like, let's go. It's got that feeling. So what have we got? We've got the Nine of Pentacles. So Aries, this is a card that says you know who you are. Look at you. You're strong, confident, very entrepreneurial, good at working with the resources around you. You know how to build things. You know how to make things grow. You listen to your intuition. And it's reminding you of that, this power that you hold. And the Sun card is a yes card. It's a listen to your intuition. It's very passionate, intuitive, following the flow. Beautiful, beautiful card. And the Nine of Swords in reverse says this is an end to that. If you've been in a place where you've been a little bit worried or in your head a little bit, the Nine of Swords, when it's up that way, can talk about how we wake up at 3 in the morning ruminating a little on what we're going to do with something. But the fact that it's in reverse says it's an end to that. It's like no more in your head ruminating. It's now moving forward because you've got Judgment and the Two of Cups. Judgment says this is a big choice point. And it's kind of that energy of, do you want to keep or another go round of what you were doing? But I feel with that Three of Wands right at the start, you've already not turned your back, but you've already kind of, all we can see is your back. It's like you've already made the decision, I feel, about wanting and sensing it's time for a choice. Now the Judgment card followed by the Two of Cups says you this is making a deal, making an agreement here. Judgment says, you know, no, when you know and your gut says, I know, I can hear it, I know that it's time. And remember, these are general and that you have free will, so you decide what you're going to do. But judgment says, you know, there's an inner knowing here about you. I know I've got to make a choice here. And the Two of Cups could be you coming into balance with yourself about this choice. But it can also be about an agreement being reached, a deal struck, a contract signed. It feels quite significant for you, Aries, is what I've got there. So what's the challenge in this? Because that's all feeling pretty good. Let's see. Okay, so the challenge is the Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But the Knight of Swords, when it's upright, talks about clear thinking, fast talking, quick communication, speaking out, speaking your truth, you know. Now, when it's showing as a challenge, sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves a bit. We can all do this. I'm not saying you are, but the Knight of Swords, when it's a challenge, says maybe you haven't thought something through fully, or you speak before you've actually thought through the consequence of what those words will mean. Or, you know, sometimes when we get into sometimes like a high level discussion and things are firing and we might say something and think, oh, I shouldn't have said it that way, or, okay. This is where the challenge is sitting this week, according to the cards. So what will help you, Aries? The Knight of Swords always feels just a little enthusiastic to me and a little bit quick speaking, or even I'm hearing hot-tempered. Okay. Although that would have maybe been a wand, but you did have the Knight of Wands under there. Yeah, there's a feeling here of just saying something, or someone says something to you maybe before they've thought it through. There's a feeling here around that somewhere, somehow. So what will help? We've got the Knight of Pentacles, slowing it down. The Devil card in reverse. Justice. I'm not surprised to see Justice. And because we asked, what will help you? Okay. Wow. Underneath Aries, there you are. The Emperor represents Aries in the tarot. So you've shown up in your own reading. So there's a very strong energy of you being empowered in this, you being in your energy. So what will help you not experience this? I'm saying with a lot of love, because, you know, I think we can all get in that sometimes. You know, when you get triggered and it's like everything happens to be quick. What will help is the Knight of Pentacles, which says slow it down. Be very grounded. This is a knight that does not move. You can see this knight is going too quick, maybe, because that's the challenge. This knight says, woe back, stand still, let's look at this opportunity and let's work it all out. Let's contemplate this. Because you've also got Justice, which is about thinking the consequences through. All of the consequences. There is a choice to be made, but Justice likes to get all the facts, all the information. Again, there's stillness in these cards. It's like, don't rush. And Justice likes to make sure everything's fair and balanced and truthful and honest, and the consequences are weighed up. Now, you've got some interesting cards in reverse here. You've got the Devil in reverse, which says this is about you letting go of an old pattern. Something maybe that wasn't for your highest good, something that maybe kept you a little bit stuck, or maybe, you know, you felt a bit stuck in. And it's about recognizing that and releasing it. And not, you know, tearing everything down, kind of. The Tower in reverse and the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is an end to this it feels like the pattern that's being let go of is something to do with your thinking, because this was the challenge. And the swords in the tarot represent our thinking and our communication. So this was the challenge, and these cards were all around it. We had the Nine of Swords, which, remember, I said can be when we get in our head and we wake up in the middle of the night ruminating. And the Ten of Swords says we can overthink, sometimes. Now, remember, these are general, so they may or may not resonate for you. But the Ten of Swords can be that energy when we go, okay, enough. I've done enough thinking. I'm going to move forward here very carefully and deliberately. And I'm weighing up all the consequences. I'm making sure I do my preparation and get myself organised to move forward in a way that feels very sure and certain. It's not hooking into these old patterns, and it's not just kind of the Tower when it's upright says when the idea strikes it, like the whole tower comes down and everything has to be rebuilt. But because it's in reverse, it's like not doing that, not ripping down. It would be like if, it's like if we're triggered and we do something hasty, maybe reactionary. The Tower in reverse says you don't rip it all down. You don't. It's like you give it time to really weigh up what you want to do. Because the sense here is you're wanting and looking at this beautiful energy of what you're creating here, and it feels like there's a choice about which way you want to go, whether you want to be in this old loop. But I feel not. It feels like you're making a choice to move forward in a beautiful new way. If this resonates, remember they're general. So it might not. Just let it go if it's not for you. I say with love. The card as the message from Spirit is the Queen of Cups. And this is a card of beautiful emotional energy, of calm emotions. The Queen of Cups is beautiful. There's a softness, there's an emotional intelligence. And I'm not saying you don't have that areas. It's just this is what the card is talking about. Of being in that beautiful energy here where, the Queen of Cups also has a lead on her cup, which, is the only cup card in the tarot that does that. And the reason for that is she keeps it balanced and cool and contained, which I'm not surprised. That feels like the message here is keeping things kind of cool, that keep calm and just let things be, have a look at it from all angles, all perspectives, weighing up the consequences of this, because it feels like a fairly big choice point, pivot point for you, according to these cards. And you're ready to move on, you're ready to move forward, and you're in this beautiful energy. It's like just having an awareness of your thoughts, maybe. That's what I can see in these cards. I hope you have a fabulous week, Aries. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.